But no matter what comes next, I still have to face the ending.
So yeah, Blades in the Dark.
That's
let's
right.
jump into that.
Let's do it.
All right, I believe last time we ran right to time and ended up having to skip downtime. Am I
Yeah,
remembering
because
correctly?
we gave those Dimmer sisters what 4 and what 5.
Yeah, it almost cost you Grit's life, but, I think that was a price the crew was willing to pay.
Whose life?
Look how you worded that. Yes, the deaths of a whole bunch of people. Now we have to find the secret device they have that lets us murder people on the premises without anyone finding out.
Well, whatever that is probably went up with the fire like the rest of the townhouse.
Well, time to get some shovels.
Maybe burning all of their stuff was a bad idea. We do kind of need stuff. Oh well.
I recently got Far Cry, and you're wrong. Burning is great. It solves so many problems.
But yeah, we did the downtime for the crew, right? We just haven't.
No,
done
we did
downtime.
not.
I thought we did for the crew. I didn't think we did it for us.
Oh, sorry. For the crew, yes, but
We
for
did all
us,
the XP, and did we do the advances for the crew? Did the crew
We did-
advance?
we did the advances because I know I didn't have any.
Right, we
Yeah,
just
we-
haven't
we
done
did
anything for
the-
us yet as people.
Yeah.
The crew didn't advance.
Correct. It's close, but not quite.
Yeah.
We decided to add more turf. I remember that.
Yeah.
You
Right,
decided
I'm saying that we
we'll
did
spread
our-
out.
We did our
Yeah,
end of
'cause
mission stuff for the crew. We just haven't done our downtime for us.
We'll eventually have to spread out in the left wing, but we all agreed we're doing right wing right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we will jump into the downtime then. Does anyone have any ideas what they want to do first?
Yes, I want to de-stress.
Same here.
Sounds like a plan. Why don't you start us off, Pariso?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go do things that I really can't explain. So I don't know why I explain them to you because I'm weird. Probably a lot of getting the shovel and going through whatever is the rubble of the Dimmer sisters because, and then bringing back a lot of junk to a bunch of smart people and saying, "Can you identify this?" They go, "Yeah, it's a burned out slag." What about this? It's a different kind of slag. Can the slags be combined? Will you get out of my office? So let's see. How do I do this? Here we are. Indulge Vice. 2. That was exciting.
Oh, you made some progress. And Edward, you want to do the same thing right off the bat? Oh, wow.
Yep, that's right. 8
Oh,
stress.
You can't overindulge right now.
Are we
And neither
still
can
at war?
I.
Or did we do
Oh, no.
enough
No, we
to
ended.
bring us
You-
out of the war?
You ended the war. They don't like you, but they don't have the resources to continue this war. You guys claimed their turf as well. So, Grit, what's your first downtime action?
I'm in a lot of pain, and I'd
Mhm.
like to be in a lot less pain.
You want to go see the group's doctor, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We have a pro doctor. I don't have to go hang out with Sawtooth Metaljaw.
But you're not welcome back at the pits, right?
Yeah. I mean, Sawtooth is a personal pal, but
I assume he was the pit doctor.
All right.
yeah. But I could still go, see him on the side.
So you get 3 ticks on your recovery clock.
That is exactly what I wanted to hear, because at the end of last session, I took the Vigorous special ability, which makes my healing clock... Oh, I also get +1 dice on healing rolls.
Oh, well, I will roll one more die and see if it ends up being a critical.
Because I could get a crit. I
There you
do.
go.
But
So
the Vigorous ability, it permanently fills in 1 healing clock segment and take +1 dice to healing treatment rolls.
All right. So
So my Heart Grip and Death Hex go down to 1, and my Burned Alive goes down to 2.
Yeah, and it wraps around to here.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You almost died.
Oh yeah, I was very, very almost dead. I'll need to do some more, but I can do that when it wraps around to me again.
Professor, your first downtime action.
All right, we didn't earn any money last time,
Nope, just turf.
and we got nothing in the coffers, right?
There's
Not a-
2
Oh,
coin
you
in the
do.
coffers.
It's 2 coin in the coffers. All right, well, I'll make an attempt then.
All right, so you
Just
should
assure-
clear
What are you
turf.
turning?
I
what
assure
are
you all
turning
that
money on?
once I've turned myself into whatever I turn myself with, the money's coming back. Don't worry. So I'm
Look, I need
working
you to
on
roll in with a tier 6 battle tank, alright?
working on that outer shell of the hull.
All right.
I'll push myself.
All right, so that gives you the extra dice. And what tier is the item you're trying to make?
5.
All right.
All right. Well, a 6. Pushed up 1 tier would be a crit, so +2. Workshop makes it a 3.
Well, you start at 1 for your thing,
Tier
and you said you
is 4, so I need to spend 1 from the coffer.
Yep.
Nice.
And that leaves you with what? 2 components left or 1?
1 component left.
Nice.
Amazing. We almost have our Robo Doctor.
Shell.
I have the outer shell, the metal exterior of the hull. Stage 5 complete. Stage 6 remains.
What is the last stage of your hull?
The feature of the hull.
Oh. So you're just putting like the fine tuning on the thing now.
The final touches. What it's literally built to do.
Yeah, right.
All right, so back to Priso, though, for your second ugh.
You're dang
Okay,
time.
so
Yeah.
we can't de-stress twice, right? We can only do that
You
once.
sure
per
can.
You sure can.
The only thing you can't do twice is train in the same
Oh,
thing. So you
Probably-
can't do 2 resolve trainings, or you can't do 2 powerless trainings, but everything else, it's fair game.
I was thinking about working on the heat, but no, I think I'm going to de-stress again because it's been a stressful week.
Indeed.
Okay, wait, did something happen? Huh, okay, I thought I pushed the button. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm not rolling good, but that's better than before.
That's 3 more stress down.
Yeah. Oh, damn, I need some me time. This week it's Carrizo time.
So, Grit, you don't need to de-stress, but you might want to visit the doctor again.
Yeah, I think Grit's spending a bunch of time with our doc. Does the doctor have a name? Did we ever find out who it was?
Oh, yeah, he's got a name.
It's
Uh,
Martin. His name is Martin. He's Doc Martin.
oh, no, wait, he does have a name. I thought he did. Oh, well.
No, we got a name for our
Crazy
Oh,
person.
I usually think
crazy
that
whisper person.
He's
Bonnie is usually the name you give to a doctor.
Quinn. Her
All
name's
right, so
Quinn.
4. So that's 2 more ticks towards you, Grit.
Okay.
So that brings everything down another level. So the doc did pretty damn good.
Yeah, he's managed to deal with all of the, evil, witchy stuff that they did to me, but I still got burns on me.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Not even my background burns. It's still singed on me.
Luckily for Grit, the doctor seems to care about the bruiser. Where the professor just seems to get ignored week after week.
Well, no, I've continuously not gone to them because I don't care.
Yeah, he just refuses to stop
Doctor,
working.
it's like, wait a second, there's a 4th member?
I mean, when you're planning to have a gunshot wound in your head, you don't really care about the rest.
Wait, that guy's still alive? Holy jeez.
Yeah, what? You can't not notice him. He never leaves the hideout.
I mean, now that I'm so close to the edge for you, so we ought to be talking about a way that we can make my death earn some money.
Oh, insurance scam. We should go buy some insurance.
Edward, what's your downtime?
Alright, well, I can't help but notice that we have 2 wanted ratings and a lot of heat, so I'm going to try reducing heat.
How are you going about that?
Well, we did just burn down a whole bunch of townhouses and kill a whole lot of people, so I'm going to go around and tell some particular people to stay the hell out of our way or we're going to do it again. You don't want to see this happen again, do you?
And
Don't come after us.
before
Seems to be a
you do this,
command.
you can spend coin to improve the roll, right?
Good question. I can, right?
You spend coin after the roll to improve it.
Oh, okay, well then just roll.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's
Yeah.
go ahead and roll. So we're just going to roll it as fortune.
Mhm.
Oh, gotta click the button again. Click the button again. Hey, there's a 6 in there.
All right, so that reduces it by 3 ticks, I believe.
Yup, and how many
Bringing
ticks
your
did we
1,
have here?
2,
Gotta
3.
reopen that.
So you're down to 3.
Yeah, and
You were at 6.
if I spent a coin, would that reduce it by an additional 1 or 2?
It would be a critical, so it'd be down by 2 if you wanted.
I'd say spend the coin.
Let's reduce it by 2 more and just get everyone off of our backs for a second.
Well, this gets legal people off your back.
Exactly.
So, you threatened the underworld and a lot of blue coats, and the ones who didn't back away, I'm like, you killed a prominent gang leader, you just drop some coin into their hand and been like, all is solved.
It's good to know that the system of law and order works in this city where you can merely pay to do whatever you want.
So, Professor,
Gosh.
you have another downtime at least. You have 2 more downtime, don't you?
Yeah. What's the training ones that we have?
The team
Prowess.
currently
And
have.
prowess.
Playbook
So
and prowess,
anything in
you said?
Yep. Anything in prowess or playbook is doubled.
Okay, otherwise it's just 1, right?
Mhm.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to put 1 into insight. I'm going to train my insight for just 1.
All right. And then you have another action
Oh, did
before
Preso
we
take
spend
2
coin
of
with.
his already?
Yeah, I already did both of
Yeah.
mine. That's why I'm surprised you haven't done. I thought you I'm surprised you have 2 left. Didn't you do 1 to build stuff?
I did 1. Yeah, I have
You've
3
got
total.
3
I took a thing that lets me get 3.
Oh my god, where's that?
It's calculating.
Ooh, okay.
Playbook.
Well, I know where my next upgrade's coming from.
Yeah, it's going to be a shame when I lose it. Once you shoot me in the head, I'm going to forget all this shit.
Now, I wouldn't shoot you in the head. It's going to be quick and painless, and you won't see it coming.
Yeah, you can probably
Then
sell
I'll-
my
I'll
body
have
too if it's in a sellable state. Yeah, I guess I'll spend the other 1 to train resolve for 1.
Well, if we're going
Alright.
to take out the insurance, we have to make it look like an accident.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Don't shoot me in the head then. Hell, why don't you make our last thing together, an insurance game?
I doubt
I'm
anyone
on
who ever looked at the professor would be willing to insure his life.
That's the problem.
Look, I'm saying is maybe there's some way to make money. Maybe like we put a glass cup on the floor of a high rent apartment or something, and I trip on it, fall down some stairs.
No, ideally, we could get the professor insured if we can find a crooked insurance salesman and give them a cut. That would be an easy way to do that.
Good idea.
But a better question is the professor, have you solved your problem of anchoring your soul to this world?
Oh yeah, no, that was a while ago.
Oh, how'd you solve that?
I found an attachment, and I built that attachment into the object.
Oh, okay.
And conceivably, I'm 1 step away from finishing this thing. I've also marked down the 2 coin into my stash.
Wait, what's up? So the death problem? I can fix that now.
No, I have to finish the... I don't know if I've described it before, but the thing that I'm building looks like a giant wagon with, tentacles instead of wheels.
No?
Yeah. No, yeah, I haven't described it, no. It looks like a giant metal wagon with tentacles instead of wheels.
It looks like an octopus.
I was just imagining the Iron Giant.
No, he's going for the
Way
wagon.
more interesting.
Yeah, somewhere Bishop is just kind of mumbling to himself every now and then. It's like, yeah, soon he's going to build this battle tank of his. He doesn't tell me a thing, but I know it's going to be perfect. a weapon straight in the heart of enemy territory. It'll be perfect. And I have no idea you're not even doing that.
And it's the hentai wagon.
Look, man, whatever you want to put on it, that's on you.
Well, actually, it'll be on you.
No, it will be me. If it was on me, this would be a very different R-rated show.
Better than in you.
But yeah, no, I marked down also my 2 stash for ending my downtime, since I also have that ability. Because apparently I'm the only one who put everything into money and power. And yeah, no. So long as we get another score that earns me at least 1 coin, 2 preferably, I could be done this by today.
Indeed.
Sounds like we need some money.
Indeed. Perhaps time to, well, we should finish up downtimes first.
Well, does anyone want to... Oh, you have no coin left.
I have a brand new free downtime action, which could go to anyone, but I'm going to use it.
Oh, well. And here we are.
I'm going to train resolve. I get exactly 1 point.
Exciting.
I'll upgrade one day.
Well, my thing is, I didn't go prowess because I have 0 in prowess already. It didn't seem worth it, just put 2 for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas my other 2 actually are like almost full.
So close.
Well, apparently, I guess those are all been desperate actions or whatever, because I've never put any points into them that I could recall.
Yeah,
Fair
I
enough.
need to do more desperate things myself.
Yeah, be more like Grid. Come back half dead.
I started half dead.
I'm gonna use 2 of the coin in my stash to finish off this healing business.
Good.
All right.
Oh, come on. Stay on the burned club.
Actually, I've got some money, so I could do another thing.
So yeah, great. You're fully recovered now.
Yeah, I guess I have one more thing to work on, because time is more important than money.
All right.
I'm still trying to join the laborers union.
Oh, right.
So what skill do I use to help work on the laborers union?
It depends how you're going about it. How
Well,
are you...
I'm
What?
very persuasive. Well, first of all, I'm a hard worker because I have superhuman strength and I'm not to be trifled with. But failing that, I also have sway. So I could, I'm guessing that what I would actually do is just go work a day job and apprentice myself and work my way up through the ranks.
I could see you justifying sway or consort for that, so give me a roll.
All right, sway it is, which I have actually learned because I've been hanging out with persuasive people and been reading up on this. Okay.
I brought none of them back here.
A little laggy today. Well, that's a crappy roll.
Well, there's another tick. Someday.
I'm not good at this.
Apparently you're not good being that, servant class.
It helps me relax. Like, I'll tell you where this fork goes.
All right, does anyone else have any downtime actions?
I'm all done myself.
Do we have any rep to spend? No. Oh, yeah, because the turf got us up to stronghold. No.
Yep.
So, no.
Yep,
Floating.
we're now the proud owner of this giant ash pile that used to be the Dimmer Sisters headquarters. I wonder just how many bodies they have buried in the basement.
Well, we just have to count the number of ghosts that come to try to kill us in the night. That's all.
Well, we don't know, because they had like a ghost engine that was sapping the ghosts. Plus, they had portals to the ghost dimension, which, by the way, sucks.
Oh, is that where you went off to? Having all the fun yourself, I see.
You could have come through the door, was right there.
I like my life a little too much.
I mean, yeah, I was a nice person. I didn't shove you into the ghost portal. By the way, guns work just fine in the ghost world, so that's good to know.
Duly noted, can shoot ghost.
No. You can shoot other people. I don't know. I don't know if you can shoot other ghosts. I'm pretty sure that I shot a person while I was in there.
You
Something
can.
dropped from distance.
Well, everyone, I think we do have a more pressing matter now that we're all done relaxing and having our time off. We're still incredibly poor despite being increasingly powerful. We need a job.
We're not poor. We own this. We own 3 pieces of real estate. We own an office building that, I guess, in theory, generates rent, which means I guess the super is just skimming all the money off of us.
Right, and the money we generate off of that goes to paying the bills, and after paying the bills, I have to keep paying for the doctor for all of you to keep him on staff, and then I have to pay the weird person that we just brought in too, who kind of just keeps cackling in the corner all day, and after that, we have to go out and do a job to get anything for ourselves. So,
I think you're giving the corner short shrift. It's hilarious.
I thought you were in charge of generating us some coin, Pariso, with your copium den.
We haven't built the opium den yet. Instead, we got a big pile of ashes from a bunch of witches. The
well,
opposite
after
of an
about
opium
3 weeks of all these shenanigans, I suppose we're still back on the same page of we need more money to start our drug den.
All right. Well, the city's full of money that is, that needs to be repurposed.
In which
What's
case,
the point of having all these staff if they don't have a den to staff?
well, we could go and do some simple smuggling. I can go ahead, I'll call up my contacts, and we'll go ahead and get a job.
What we really need to do is we need to find a shipping company or an insurance company that we can do an incredibly embarrassing job for, so we can have blackmail material, so we can then get them to sign off on the professor's policy.
So just throwing this out there, life
Okay.
insurance is not a thing.
Ghost insurance, however.
I can see why life insurance wouldn't be a thing, but cargo insurance definitely is.
That's fair.
But we wouldn't have to kill the professor to do that. We just need to fake that, like by sinking a boat.
Well, I guess there's always the Groom family, and we could see what they have lined up, and maybe they'd be interested in just making a bunch of money over a bunch of empty boxes.
Yeah, I could see we just and definitely we want to remember high class scores net more money than low class scores. So
Right.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
dealing with your bottom 2 contacts usually falls into high class scores.
yeah, no, we really should look into smuggling operations because that is what we're good
Okay.
at.
So let's go talk to the Groom family. We'll have a pleasant dinner with them, and we'll see what they're up to and if they need anything done.
Oh, where my finest silks.
All right. So we're going to go have a pleasant evening with the Groom family.
All right. So are you going for the grandson or the grandfather you're planning to meet up with?
Good question. Who would be likelier to have something for us to do here? The grandfather smuggled in some weird stuff, but the son, what exactly were they involved in?
It was the one that we rescued from being kidnapped, right?
Yeah. But he was also involved in some smuggling himself. I just don't remember exactly what.
He was involved with Jenna.
Ah, right. So smuggling for Jenna. You know what? Let's talk up with the grandson for today. He might have more expensive things that Jenna likes to hear about.
All right. So in the time that's passed, the father of the family has come home. So yeah, the grandson does have some things that shouldn't be in the city that he wants dealt with. So we'll jump into that scene. Who are you bringing with you, Edward?
Great. You're always invited, of course. So, and you're already dressed up in your finest silks. Let's go together. And Professor, you're more interested in staying here and working on your project, aren't you?
Sure.
I thought so. Up to you. You're invited, of course.
Oh, the joys of being last picked for the basketball team. Well, great, you're always here.
It's-
And Pariso, how about you? Have I forgotten anybody? Oh, I'll take this rock.
Hey, corner guy, you're interested in the.
It's a big dinner.
Oh, well, everyone's here.
How about you, crazy
Arthur and
unpredictable
nameless
whisper?
doctor. We'll take you guys.
But yeah, is the professor interested at all in coming?
Yeah, you want to come? You should come.
Sure, why not?
It's good
All
to
right.
get out of the house now and then, mate.
It's a pleasant meeting then.
We'll
Right,
get you
this
painted
brightly
up.
lit house versus this dimly lit, horribly clouded outdoors.
Yeah, we'll get you all nice and painted up. You know, you can wear my second finest outfit. You know, you'd think that after being like interred in the mausoleum for about half a century, that it might have frayed or something like that. But no, it's perfectly hermetically sealed. You just shake out the dust and off you go. Just put it right back on.
Oh, wonderful. Well, at least that outfit gets to be worn twice then, right?
Yeah. You know, you'd think you'd only wear it once. See, it's economical and stylish. This
Well-
never goes out of style.
We only did wear it once. What are you talking about?
Well, okay,
No,
off to dinner.
put on the best lead and arsenic face paint, and off we go.
All right, so you guys make your way up to White Crown, looking for the grandson of the groom family, Steve. You've asked around, find out he's at one of the bars there. What would be considered a dive by White Crown standards, but you know it's quite a nice establishment. Asking your way there, you find out he's in one of the back rooms, and a couple of the staff say they'll go get him for you, or if you can wait a few minutes.
Of course, of course.
So eventually you see someone quite well dressed, not Steve, leaving the room looking quite perturbed and
Mhm.
heading off with. He looks angry and then he suddenly stops and he smiles and he heads out the door. And one of the staff steps out and waves the lot of you in.
Yep. And of course, I'm leading the charge, and I go, Steve, my friend, how are you doing? Wonderful
I've-
evening, isn't it?
It's been better. It's been better.
Well,
How are you, Edward?
well, after numerous attempts at my life, I have to say I'm feeling very invigorated about the prospects of continuing to live.
Well, that's always good.
Nothing like a literal fire underneath you to stoke the flames of life.
Mm.
By the way, have you
Yeah.
ever gone ziplining? It's a fun experience, really.
I
Nothing to
imagine
do
it
with anything
is.
that happened.
It's way better than the other thing that usually happens, just plummeting off a cliff. Another thing you can only do
Fair
once.
enough.
Well, some people survive.
Still, after
Really?
seeing your last guest, I think you could use a little bit more joyous company. I brought the drinks in.
Oh, good. And he grabs one, takes a quick sip of it, and pauses. I have a problem that your gang might be able to help me with.
Oh, good. That's what this bottle is for.
No, priest, so he means a different problem.
How many bottles do you think I can bring? There's no pockets in this dress.
I keep saying they need a design with pockets, but on to the matter, we're always happy to help a friend, Steve.
Do you know who Rosalind Keller is?
That I do. I think I've heard the name once or twice in a few
I've
different
never
circles.
heard of this person before in my life.
Well, for some reason, she has decided a certain import my father tends to bring in abundance is going to be restricted going out, so it's being held at the docks. The problem is some of that stuff is already sold.
Mm-hmm.
And my usual crew apparently doesn't want to upset Miss Keller.
So you want her killed.
Well, killing her isn't going to change this law they're putting into place.
No, I'm sure your
Right,
crew would
but-
have to worry about being upset.
What you're looking for is for it to suddenly disappear out of your hands and leave you not liable to what has happened, and of course for all of your associates to receive what they have paid for.
And the excess being held until, the law comes through and we make a bit of a profit on it.
I see. Well, I have to say, at least as far as plans go, it is simple, it's clever, and profitable. So, I guess the only complications there are it's impounded. How
Yeah.
how much do they care? I suppose is the question on my mind. How much activity do they have surrounding it these days?
Well, Rosin Color, she has some influence, and a lot of people don't want to risk their jobs over upsetting her, and she's made this particular material a focus of her life right now. What it is, it's called circle ash, and it's used in a lot of alchemic things. And Professor,
look-
you'd know that.
Yeah. Look at the professor.
Professor, you would know that it's one of the main ingredients in the float oil you use.
Go figure. People must be seeing a lot of floating objects and they want to lock that shit down.
They all float down here. So she's very interested in keeping under lock and key then.
Mhm.
What can you tell us about where it's impounded then? Give us all the details that you can.
It was supposed to be impounded with Gregor, but apparently the Bluecoats some evidence, as it were, that Gregor might not be the most reliable person, so they've moved it to a different dog compound, and I don't have any contacts with them yet.
Mm-hmm.
And he writes down an address.
I see. I'll go ahead. I'll take the address and I'll just sort of note it down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose it couldn't be simpler. And what about payment for for this job? What do you think?
Oh, I only have 4 or 5 coin I can afford on this, but I'm going to need you to get this material, hang on to at least half of it, and get the other half to a couple of my contacts in 6 towers.
I see.
There's-
towers.
There should be 8 crates. I'd be happy if at least 6 made it between the storage and my customers.
I see. Well, we can definitely endeavor to try to do it all. All right. So I think that's all the details I need. Do you guys have any ideas or questions?
6 crates, and we have to deliver them somewhere else, right?
What kind of security are we looking at?
Unfortunately, I don't know what's in the docks.
We have the address and we need to scope it out.
I'm sorry, repeat it for me again. Did you say it was secured by the Bluecoats or somebody else?
It was originally secured by Gregor. I don't know if you've met that individual, but the Bluecoats have recently shut down any impounded material he has because apparently he doesn't keep it as secure as they would like.
So it's either under guard by the Bluecoats or just in a secured or a shut down facility.
I haven't been able to make contact with anyone who owns that building yet. So
Right,
I don't
I'm
know.
saying though, is
Yeah,
it still in the building, the warehouse where it was going to be moved out of? It's still there, or it was taken under Bluecoat custody?
It's been moved out of Gregor's facility.
So it's in some sort of impound lot.
That would be my guess.
And you know which impound lot it would be in, or is that something we have to discover on our own?
I know it's in the building of the address I just handed over to Edward.
Right. So I didn't know
If
if
it's
that was the
removed,
address of the
then-
warehouse or not. So
That's as much as I know.
There ain't no securities I can't get through, don't worry.
And with a guarantee like that, I believe we should go ahead and, with all of our business sorted, I believe it's time for us to get to the task and see what we can accomplish.
Did you need an advance on the payment?
No, that's quite all right.
I believe we'll do until we can accomplish it.
I mean, I
Oh,
also said
friends.
that's quite all right. I also said that's quite all right because I'm stealing his silverware.
Well, this
This is
isn't
a
his
bar.
place. This is a bar.
Oh, that's still fine.
I don't think
This
they're
is
using
still nicer
silver
than what we have
in
at
the bar.
home. Wait, but this is a dive bar and they have nicer silverware than us? You're holding out on us, Bishop.
You're right, and I'm holding out until we actually make some money.
You're not my real mom.
All right.
Or your fake one either.
So I think with business sorted, how are we going to investigate? Pariso, do you want to just go scope it out? And I could go and ask
Have we
questions.
been there before?
Probably not this particular one.
Let me. Hold on, I got close some windows here. All right, where is? So, which dock did they say we were looking for? Is it going to be in the docks or is it going to be somewhere else?
Steve didn't say where it was. He just had an address.
Oh.
Right, I
Well,
have the address, and that should probably indicate the district, right?
Well, look at the address. So, which district is it in?
It's in the docks.
Okay, it isn't. See, there we go.
What is the address?
If it's in the docks, there's going to be high security. That's the highest traffic area in the North Channel. So,
Right.
By high security, I mean it's going to be highly visible. Like there's going to be a lot of people coming back and forth, and this city never sleeps, so it's going to be at all odd hours. So it's going to be a high visibility job. So they want us to get 6, maybe 8 crates off of a boat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking
Wait, was it on a boat? Sorry, I feel like...
It's in a warehouse.
Yeah,
Oh, it's in a warehouse.
And I see you've marked Gregor's on here, but is that Gregor's pickup spot, or is that Gregor's warehouse where the stuff got moved out of? You already said.
That's Gregor's warehouse where stuff got moved out of.
Right,
Okay, so
we know the location it used to be. We need to find the location where it actually is.
Okay.
Well,
Oh
if you
wow.
look on that map and zoom out, circle
Sorry, I was looking.
is the address we gave you.
The fact that Professor's tact pickup is still on the map is where my
I
eye keeps
feel-
drawn to.
Yeah,
Remembering some of these is helpful.
Well, I
Yeah, there's
mean,
good-
I am Professor, so my eye is drawn to my own name.
Hmm.
So, yeah, this just gets easier and easier. Yeah, look, they're right near the river. So all we would have to do is sail the boat through, what is this? The Great Channel?
Yeah,
It's the Great Sea.
underneath
Okay.
the old bridge or the salt bridge.
Yeah. Yeah, all we would do is sail the boat there, grab the stuff, throw it down the cliff into the boat, and take off. That's 6 to 8 crates. How much lift oil do you have, Professor?
6.
That's enough for 6 crates?
I have no idea. I don't know. Yes, no. The GM seems to have this no look on their face, so I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
How much does drift oil lift?
Doesn't say.
It-
It's been a hand wavy
Oh.
thing this whole time. Like that time that you said it took like 2 to lift a person.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
So-
there's not
so
very
each-
many specifics on this stuff.
So
That's
each
fair.
lift is worth 2 loads, and a crate is what? 1 load, 2 load, 3 loads?
A crate would be about 3 loads.
Okay, so we're
maybe we
looking.
could float 2 crates.
Yeah, well, also with 3 loads each, we're looking. Geez, crummy heck. In order to get these out, we need at least 6 people.
The irony
To
of
carry
using
all-
6 float oils to transport 2 crates worth of the stuff that you make float oil out of.
Well, no. Let's remember plural. If each crate is 3 loads, we're gonna need at least 6 people just to carry the crap out of the place. So this is not going to be a job we can do with our
What is
usual
Dagger
team. We're
Town
gonna-
known for?
Stabbing. I mean, that's Slaughter Row right there.
It's usually where weapons and stuff are stored for the city that come in. That's usually under look from blue
What about
coats.
Bunkhouse Row? What is that known for?
Bunkhouses.
Living areas.
So, conceivably a place with lots of linens and sheets and whatnot.
Could be.
Because if we could just form a solid... we could toss them over the side if we had a soft landing bed to put it on, and if we junked a bunch of sheets and bedding and whatnot from Bunkhouse Row, we could form a solid landing pad.
Right. Well, we could also, we own the boat. We could just go ahead and prepare a landing pad on the boat. What I'm talking
I just
about
don't
is
know where we'd get that shit from, is what I'm saying.
okay. Well, we can just get some pillows, just get some hay, dude. I've seen assassins leap off of towers and fall in hay all the time.
Well, I don't know, conceivably, is our warehouse full of hay right now? That's what I'm saying. where do you pick up hay? So I'm just looking at
Okay.
locations near to where we're doing this
Oh,
heist.
probably might be some in Slaughter Row if that's where they keep the animals. But besides that preparation, we're gonna need 6 more guys for this.
Right. We have our boating crew already, and they're already proficient in smuggling things. But maybe we want to try to pick up another temporary group of people who are good at sneaking into places and getting things.
Is it possible to hire? We just need 6 guys. We don't tell them anything. We say we need 6 guys for a
Well,
you
if
know.
Bunkhouse Row is known as a sleeping area, I'm sure there's a lot of children of the night prowling the roads that we could hire for jobs on said.
No, the 2 most likely, actually the most likely would be the Scotlander refugees. They owe us, they like us, we help them with a job, and they might have like 6 to 8 able-bodied people. The Reconciled, not so much, because they don't exist. We're also good with Coleridge, which is random. But no, the Scotlanders really, owe us a favor. I'd say we could go talk to them and say we need 6 to 8 guys, preferably who don't know anyone and aren't locals, so they can't be identified. And most importantly, if they're caught, can't tell the police anything. Just and 6 to 8 guys. We need them for a quick job, and we'll give them some money. How's that sound?
I think I can make that happen.
I think the easiest thing to do would be then we would just get to the shore. How big is the drop? That cliff. I mean, if we don't know what it is in advance, we just scope it out. Also, how much prep are we supposed to be doing? Because I enjoy the prep part, but I don't want to overload this part of the game.
Like the hiring the Skullland refugees and all that could be done with a flashback easily. At least the way the system's designed.
If you like, then I could go ahead and spend 2 stress, I think, to do that.
I think that'd be accurate. So you have a crew nearby ready on your orders.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly the big thing is deciding if this is a smuggling job, if this is a stealth job. How are you approaching this? Now, the drop-off is not far in this canal, as far as my understanding of it, if I'm reading the map right. So it's not at the level, but it is built up 5-6 feet at least.
Let's see.
Where is the postures for jobs? Where is that?
I'm just looking at things right now.
There's a short one on everyone's character sheet.
It's on the character sheet. Provide the detail. What is the detail?
Whatever the italics are for that type of job. So for transport, you have to know the route. If the transport is the big part of the job. For stealth, your point of entry.
Okay, so what I was thinking is we've got the professor. Professor, how's your tinker these days?
I mean, how good am I at tinkering?
Yes.
Same as I always have been.
So 3.
Like, I think for this particular job, it's one of those that's kind of a 2-step job. You're going to need to get the crates, and then you're going to need to transport them.
Right. So my vote would be that we would take the boat to... here's my suggestion. We would take the boat to this right here. Now, is this a landing or is this a cliff here?
It's probably a rise up of about 5 feet. So not too difficult to use, but not low enough that it's like just handoff.
Right. Well, this would have to be a fence because you can't land ships here. Like, I would think they would have specific anti-landing ships here because this is where they collect taxes over here.
Yeah, this is a big, Right.
So that's why I was thinking, like, maybe if we prepared a crane in advance, we could assemble, have it mostly built. Get the crane to here, rivet it in place, run into here, grab the boxes we need, lower them to the ship with the crane, burn the crane, and then take it back to our place.
I assume that's to your crew, right?
Sorry,
Right.
are we
That
burning
doesn't
the
sound-
crane?
Because it makes the task easier.
Because we wouldn't bother taking it back with us.
Like, to me, this looks like 2 jobs to me. One is the actual route and transport, but the other is how you're going to go about getting the boxes.
Oh, we're just going to break in and like carry them out.
Right. So what I'm looking at here then is I'm using my flashback ability here. We're going to get a cohort. They're probably going to be skulks, and I guess they're going to be loyal but principled. They won't sell us out, but they probably aren't going to murder people.
Is there a no fight flaw?
I think that would be
There
principled.
is,
Okay.
but we don't have to detail the gang as close. We just know they're coming from the Scoveland refugees. So as long
Okay.
as that's in the positive, they're not going to rat you out.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, good. So yeah, so we would basically just, and I would say like we get here and use an improvised derrick to lower them to the boat. And by improvise, that's why I said burn it, because like you don't want to leave it behind as evidence for the crime. But I'm talking about like real dirty. Like we get there, we just rivet it into the stone, use it to lower all the stuff, and then burn it and then leave. That would be we get in, get out, smallest time window. We don't want to stay here too long because there's got to be a lot of cops here. I mean, for crummy heck, there's a police.
I'm just asking, doesn't set the thing on fire bring more attention than not?
We could probably, but we should be gone by then. We can't just leave it there unless you just want to leave it there.
Why wouldn't we just leave it there?
All right, I guess we'll just leave it there.
I mean, if time's a window, then it seems like you're just wasting time dealing with it.
Well, do you have acid you could melt it with?
Probably. I mean, I just don't see why we waste time dealing with it.
All right. No, don't worry. Then we won't. So yeah,
So like I said,
but,
the crane can be a flashback when we get to that point.
right.
The big thing is, and
What?
we know the second half of the mission is going to be a transport mission. How are you approaching the first half with regards to what type of mission it is?
What's the first half?
I'm suggesting stealth.
Getting the boxes.
Oh yeah, well I always
An
vote for
assault.
stealth. Yeah, I always vote we sneak in. Basically, we have to sneak in, break open the door, and then call those guys over there, and they start carrying stuff out. This is assuming we don't even know what lot it is in the warehouse, do we?
Not yet, which is why I might suggest then, as a prep action, I go around and I talk to people, and you can scope out the place.
Yeah, well, we're not going to be able to find out what. I mean, I know what Rosalind's seal looks like, so I would be able to identify them if I saw them. But how big? This is a big warehouse, right?
It's one of the larger ones on the map.
Crummy heck. So we would need to somehow get into the office and look up their records. So we would definitely need to either break in or get some sort of, or bribe someone to find out which lot is theirs. And then once we find out what lot's theirs, that's why we need another 68 guys, because God forbid their lot is buried underneath someone else's lot. We need to move everything off of it. It's not like any of us are a forklift operator.
That is true. However, we are about to hire a bunch of refugees and laborers.
Right, but I'm just mentioning like that's time in a window in a warehouse that's probably got a lot of patrols. It's
Right.
gonna be, and this is a huge thing that's gonna be very tricky. And we're supposed to get at least 6 of the 8 boxes out.
So let's see what we can learn preemptively then.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and I'll start with a consort roll, if that's okay.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
go around. I'll talk to maybe August, my master architect, and see what he knows about
Okay.
like this location and places and how they operate. And maybe he'll have a good idea of what to do here.
All right, so give me a consort with a +1 bonus. This is controlled.
And of course, with my consort ability, that's an additional +1.
Mm-hmm.
I should actually did the wrong things. There we go. Bam. Hey, there's a
Alright,
fix
so-
there.
August is quite excited to talk about this building. It's very plain, but it was one of his first designs working in the city. So it's just a standard warehouse. There's an office at the front. There is one back entrance unloading dock. But the interesting thing is there is a floor section that can open up. And the water, he tells you there's a small path that leads in there off the Flotsam Ave, the river that runs through there. There is a tunnel that can lead you right under, that they can move maybe a crate or two at a time under there.
Oh, that's amazing. An internal waterway.
Yeah, like he's not saying this because you're criminals. He's saying this because he's proud that he thought of this little contraption
Mm-hmm.
and it saved them hours of work. And he goes on how that tunnel's been there for maybe since they first built up the docks and it wasn't used. And he basically gives you a long story that has nothing to do with the mission, but he's excited.
Yeah, and I mean, in terms of interesting things to do, it is quite genius, of course. I'm applauding him on that. And this it is a full waterway like a boat could have gone down, right?
Yeah, it could be used for loading like smaller cargo ships and that. Nothing you take out into the sea, but in town, it's a great way to load it up and get it around the docks. And as well as if it's contraband, they can use the internal waterways to get anything they want there.
Mm-hmm.
Like the police are able to take it right in from most of the warehouses and bring it right up there without having to drive it through the streets.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing right there. All right, so I think I got the info I need, so I'll go ahead back out, share that with everyone else, and we'll hit up Priso and go, hey, Priso, you want to scout out the place?
Well, what was everyone else doing while this was going on? Who else is looking into this place and how?
I just want to be like doing a classic, sitting at a cafe across the way, reading a newspaper and sipping a coffee, and just watching the comings and goings and see how many people I might have to deal with.
And most importantly,
Absolutely.
counting how often the blue coats go by.
Yeah, if great, you're going to do that. Give me a survey. So you're sitting out having a coffee, good portion of the day, walking up and down the road.
Okay, this is just like a fortune roll, right?
Controlled right now.
Controlled. Okay. I have any relevant? Just reminding myself.
Yep.
Not really. Oh, hang on. When I gather information to anticipate possible threats in the situation, I get plus effect. So I guess this is standard controlled great.
Yep.
Doesn't get me more than one dice there, does it? All right, here we go. Huh. Suspicious.
All right. So you do see the comings and goings. You get distracted a few times, and there are blue coats that seem to go in and out. The places that seem to be run by blue coats.
Mm-hmm.
But after maybe a half hour to an hour, a lot of the blue coats start noticing that same guy there, sipping the coffee. And they come back later another hour, and it's that same guy there, sipping the coffee, and they're starting to whisper to one another. So the next person doing a survey or anything on this is going to risky. So who's next?
Well, I'm casing the place out, so I guess I'm next.
All right, how's Priso going about this?
So this is where I'm always confused. Is this a thing? Is this a mission where I use gear and resources, or is this some kind of role?
It's usually just handled with a roll, and it adds up to bonus to the fortune dice that decides how the mission is starting out.
Okay, because the problem is that some of my abilities specifically say that I use my equipment to modify rolls or get out of bad problems. So if I don't have equipment, I can't use that to get out of bad problems.
Let's assume even in the worst of days, you still have a light load with you. So you can still draw some of your equipment if you need it.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's where I always get confused about this game.
Mm-hmm. Well,
yeah.
they don't specifically say that, but I would assume even when you're on a mission, you still have a couple things with you.
I think the game assumes we don't prepare. That's one of the things. Like, for the record, I enjoy these prep scenes where we're casing the place out, but I get the impression the game isn't built for it.
It has rules to handle gathering information. They're generally, but they are just like straight single rolls like this, and then we get to sort of ask questions about what's going on.
Yeah. It could change the type of mission you want to do, but it's still usually general stuff.
Okay. All right, so what am I rolling to case and join out?
How were you casing the joint out? That was the question.
Oh, I usually, I'm Garrett the Thief. I climb on the roof and go look around.
Give me a prowl.
And this is risky.
We're at risky now, yeah.
All right. Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah. So you slip in.
Yeah, just look around.
You're able to look around a little. You see it is mostly just a warehouse.
How many stories?
There's only one story, but they do stack things here.
Okay, so how tall is the building?
We're gonna say about 20 feet.
Okay, so it's not. So it's only about 2 stories tall, but it's very wide with lots of supports.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. That means our thing couldn't be that deep. But it takes up the whole city block, right?
Well, yeah, it is quite a big building. So I will go on with the information you get.
Yeah, this whole rectangle here.
Yep.
Okay.
It's quite big for a building in a crowded city.
Yeah.
So looking around, most of it seems to be labeled with one noble seal or another, as well as everything else either has a tag from the Bluecoats or the inspectors or some other authority. Looking around, there seems to be only 2 offices. There's one at the main entrance, which looks more like whoever deals with the public in that. And there's a back one that seems to store records. At the time you're breaking in right now, it is very busy. There are people everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. But as you're casing, you also notice during dusk and dawn, when the fog rolls in, they seem to slow right down, and almost everyone goes on some kind of break or wants to be, in the building at that time.
Okay, so we don't want dusk and dawn. Well, we would probably come at night. That's the biggest deal. Also, it's good that the office is on the premises, because one thing I was worried about is they might not have the office on the premises. So what's in each lot might be stored at a remote location, which would make this insane.
The back room isn't so much an office as like a records. So they would still say where everything is, but
yeah, it looks like the records are here. No, I mean they could be storing the records somewhere else. They're not.
They could. They could. But you got a 6, so things are good.
No, so I'll just come back to the coffee house. Where Grit's hanging out. You feeling all right, buddy? Here, I got you some sugar for your coffee. Wait. Sugar's not odorless, right? Oh, I got you some strychnine for your coffee.
Thank you, I think.
Yeah. Don't take too much of it.
I'm sweet enough, mate.
That's the spirit. Punch him in the shoulder and then duck. All right, so you've got the records of the blue. All right, so this is a heavy blue coat area, and
before we move on, Professor, were you doing anything with preparation for this mission?
No.
All right, so you can all get back together and decide how you want to handle
the crane.
No, he can do that with flashback.
Yes. Or rather, we have a waterway on the interior now, which might mean that we don't have to do the crane.
Well, there's no loading dock here. We would have to somehow get it over.
There is. That's what the interior water line is. Specifically, you can go in on that, load up from there, and everything's easier.
So there's an unmarked interior water line.
That's right.
Okay. The problem is the warehouse doesn't close down, so you'd have to somehow but because once again, this place is open 24 hours, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the warehouse doesn't close down. Also, is our boat, since I've been inside, is our boat too big to fit in that waterway?
I believe the boat fits. That was the whole idea with this, was it was designed for small cargo boats.
Well, we don't. Okay. Well, we have a big boat, but apparently our boat is a small cargo boat. Good.
We're not a seafaring boat. We're within the interior waterway boat.
Could always go with the obvious route. We just show up with forged documents, say, "Hey, we're here to unload this stuff," and we leave with it. You ever know those stories of like people who walk out of like Target and Walmart with a refrigerator because nobody stopped them? Because who's gonna walk out of the refrigerator?
I'm thinking that's making a lot more sense because Grit already saw that there is a lot of people coming in and out, and once again I went and encased the place. It's not that tall, but the lot could be anywhere, and I didn't obviously see it glowing or whatever. So we might be in there for a while. The place is open 24/7. There's a lot of blue coats. I think forged and taking it while we're there and stealing it and getting the hell out faster, that makes a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, Edward, you put so much time into getting these blue coat outfits, we might as well use them.
Right, so there's clearly two parts to it when we're sneaking in. One is we are pretending to be bluecoats, and the second part is we are trying to steal it from under the noses while the distraction of us being bluecoats is going.